The galaxy was quiet, but the calm was only on the surface. Far beyond the known star systems, a great war raged. Alien fleets clashed among the stars, leaving trails of smoke and shattered ships floating silently in the void. Observers from other worlds watched carefully, some curious, others fearful. No human ships had ever entered this battlefield before. On a distant monitoring station, a squadron of alien commanders studied the conflict. Their ships hovered near the edge of the war zone, observing the chaos unfold. "The Dravari fleet is losing formation," said one, his voice tense. "And the Xylar cruisers are advancing too quickly. It will only be a matter of hours before one side is destroyed completely." They did not know that something extraordinary was approaching. A faint energy signature appeared on the sensors, distant but unusual. It was unlike anything they had seen before. The observers leaned forward, their tentacles and claws trembling, with curiosity and caution. "What is that?" asked a young officer. "It is too precise, too organized. It's not part of either fleet." The signature grew stronger as it approached. In the darkness of space, a solitary human warship appeared, gleaming silver under the light of distant stars. It moved with smooth precision, as if it knew exactly where it was going. No explosions, no random movements, just steady, controlled progress toward the heart of the battlefield. The alien commanders exchanged confused glances. "Humans?" one of them whispered. "Are humans even in this sector?" The senior officer shook his head. "No species has sent ships here for decades, and even if humans were present, a single ship cannot change the course of this war." But the humans were not ordinary. Their ship, the Intrepid, carried a crew trained for more than just battle. Every officer, engineer, and pilot had been prepared for challenges no alien could imagine. The captain, a tall figure with calm, confident eyes, watched the approaching fleets on the main screen. "Steady," she said. "We are not here to start a war. We are here to end one, if possible." As the Intrepid neared the center of the battlefield, alien sensors began to track it carefully. Ships from both sides started to move toward it, curious and cautious. Plasma cannons powered up and energy shields shimmered in response. The human crew did not panic. Their training had prepared them for the impossible. "Shields at full power," the captain commanded. "Weapons on standby. Remember, we observe. First, only strike if necessary." The crew moved with smooth precision. Engineers adjusted power flows, and tactical officers calculated angles and distances faster than any alien system could. Every action was efficient, every movement purposeful. From the alien perspective, the human ship was almost magical. It moved through the battlefield like a shadow, weaving between debris and enemy fire with ease. Shots that should have hit sailed, passed harmlessly. Aliens began to whisper, their voices filled with fear and amazement. "I've never seen a ship move like that," one admitted. "It's almost alive." The Intrepid passed the first wave of alien scouts without firing a single shot. The humans did not need to rush. Their presence alone was enough to unsettle the enemy. Observers from distant planets watching through their communication networks gasped. "Humans entering the battlefield," one said. "This is unprecedented." Inside the ship, the crew felt the tension but stayed focused. "Maintain position," the captain said. "We need to understand their formation. We cannot fight blindly." Tactical officers nodded, marking enemy movements on the holographic app. They noticed weaknesses in the alien fleets, gaps in formation, ships too slow to respond, and areas where firepower overlapped inefficiently. As the Intrepid drew closer to the war zone, alien fleets hesitated. Some commanders wanted to attack, but the fear of the unknown held them back. The humans' calm, confident approach was unnerving. Every species in the galaxy had fought wars, but rarely had anyone faced an enemy that did not panic under pressure. The human crew finally reached a vantage point near the center of the battlefield. From here, they could see the true scale of the conflict. Ships burned, debris floated like silent monuments, and alien soldiers communicated urgently through flickering holograms. The Intrepid did not fire. It only observed, scanning and calculating. "This is what makes us different," the captain said quietly, looking at her crew. "We do not rush. We do not fear. We act with purpose, and we adapt." The crew nodded. They understood. The galaxy had underestimated humans for too long, and now the moment to show their strength had arrived. As distant stars flickered, and alien fleets held their fire in confused anticipation, the Intrepid waited. The calm before the storm stretched across the battlefield. Everyone watching, from alien commanders to distant observers, felt the tension. Something new had arrived in the galaxy, something unpredictable, something human. The first part of the battle had not begun yet, but the stage was set. The humans were here. The galaxy had taken notice, and soon the battlefield would never be the same again. The human warship Intrepid glided silently into the heart of the battlefield. Alien ships swirled around it like schools of fish circling a predator they could not understand. The humans did not rush. Every movement was precise, measured, and purposeful. Their sensors scanned the alien formations, analyzing patterns and weaknesses. "Captain," the tactical officer said, "the Dravari front line is splitting. If we push here, we can disable their command ships without heavy losses." The captain nodded. "Good. Prepare the maneuver, but remember, only strike where necessary. We observe first, then act." The aliens did not know it yet, but the humans were already several steps ahead. Their ship moved in ways alien fleets had never seen. They dodged plasma beams with fluid arcs, weaving between explosions as if space itself followed the humans' will. An alien commander hissed through his communicator. "What is this ship? How does it move like that? No systems can respond so fast." Meanwhile, the crew of the Intrepid remained calm. Engineers monitored the energy shields, making adjustments in real time. Weapons officers calculated angles for maximum effect with minimum expenditure. Every officer knew their role perfectly. "Engage sensors," the captain commanded. "Map their defenses. I want their weak points highlighted." The human scanning systems glowed, marking vulnerable areas in alien ships. The Intrepid did not fire immediately. Instead, it used small, targeted pulses of energy to disable alien communications and navigation systems. A single strike here, another there, and chaos spread quietly through the enemy fleet. Observers from distant galaxies gasped. "They are not attacking like other species," one alien voice whispered. "They are precise, intelligent. They do not waste power. They calculate, they adapt." Suddenly, a Dravari cruiser lunged forward, trying to flank the Intrepid. Its massive energy cannons fired, leaving a streak of light across space. The human ship responded instantly, rolling to the side and firing a concentrated energy pulse. The pulse hit the cruiser's engine core, shutting it down without destroying the ship. "Nice shot," the captain said calmly. "Minimal force, maximum impact." The Dravari commander was stunned. His ship drifted, disabled, and the surrounding fleet paused in confusion. No one expected the humans to strike with such precision. "Focus on the Xylar cruisers," the tactical officer suggested. "Their shields are weaker when aligned in formation." The captain smiled faintly. "Do it." The Intrepid shifted position, sliding between alien vessels with uncanny speed. Small bursts of energy disabled shield generators and weapon systems. The humans moved like dancers across the battlefield, striking and retreating without a single error. Alien observers began recording the humans' maneuvers, whispering in disbelief. "They are not just strong," one said. "They are brilliant. They think faster than any species I have known." Despite their awe, the aliens tried to react. Fleets reformed, attempting to trap the human ship in a crossfire. But the Intrepid anticipated every movement. The ship's AI calculated multiple possibilities in seconds, and the crew adjusted instantly. No matter how the aliens moved, the humans were always one step ahead. Inside the ship, the crew remained composed. "We have their patterns," said a weapons officer. "We can disable 2 more cruisers without heavy risk." "Do it," the captain ordered. Energy beams shot across the battlefield, hitting engines and weapons arrays with perfect accuracy. The alien fleet's command structure began to falter. Officers on alien ships struggled to maintain order. Confusion and fear spread like wildfire. From distant observation posts, aliens watched in astonishment. "I have never seen anything like this," an observer murmured. "They are not just strong, they are fearless. They are clever, resourceful, and precise. We always assumed humans were small, weak, and slow. We were wrong." The Intrepids. Captain continued to give calm, measured orders. "Keep pressure but avoid necessary destruction. Let them see our power, but not our full force yet. We are here to win their respect, not their hatred." Even as alien ships attempted desperate attacks, the humans remained unshaken. Engineers rerouted energy. Shields absorbed multiple blasts, and pilots executed daring maneuvers with perfect timing. The Intrepid became more than a ship. It became a symbol of human ingenuity, courage, and determination. For hours, the humans moved across the battlefield, striking where needed, observing constantly, and adjusting their strategy. Each alien commander realized that this was no ordinary encounter. The humans were not just fighting, they were teaching the galaxy a lesson about courage, intelligence, and adaptability. As Part 2 of the battle drew to a close, alien fleets were in disarray. The Dravari and Xylar forces no longer moved as one. Confusion replaced confidence. They had expected a fight, but instead they faced a force that did not play by normal rules, a force that did not panic, did not falter, and did not underestimate the chaos of war. The Intrepid hovered at the edge of the battlefield, calm and ready. Its crew had shown their first true display of brilliance, and the galaxy was beginning to notice. Human ingenuity had turned the tide of battle not by sheer numbers or firepower, but by intelligence, courage, and teamwork. The calm before had ended. The storm had begun, and the humans were at the center of it, unstoppable, unshakable, and unforgettable. The battlefield stretched endlessly across the stars. Alien fleets, once confident and organized, now moved hesitantly, their formations broken by the human warship Intrepid. The humans had shown skill, courage, and precision that no alien species had ever witnessed. Observers from distant systems were beginning to take notes, realizing that humanity was not to be underestimated. Inside the Intrepid, the captain stood tall, calm, and confident. "We have their attention," she said. "Now we push carefully. Observe, strike, and adapt. Remember, efficiency wins the battle, not reckless fire." The tactical officer studied the alien fleet on the holographic map. "Their central command ship is exposed. If we target it, we can disrupt their coordination completely." The captain nodded. "Then we do exactly that, but we proceed with caution. One strike at the right moment is worth more than 100 wasted shots." The Intrepid moved with fluid precision, threading between enemy ships like a needle through fabric. Energy beams flashed from alien ships, but each attack was avoided as if the human vessel anticipated it before it happened. The crew worked seamlessly, every officer and engineer performing their duties with perfect timing. "Target locked," the weapons officer said, ready to disable the command ship's engines and shields. "Execute," the captain ordered. Pulse of energy shot forward from the Intrepid, striking the alien command vessel. Sparks erupted across its hull as its engines sputtered, and shields flickered weakly. Alien officers screamed in frustration, trying to regain control, but confusion spread like wildfire. Without their central command, coordination among the alien ships faltered. The Dravari fleet attempted a counterattack, surrounding the Intrepid from 3 sides. But the humans were ready. Engineers rerouted power to shields and thrusters, allowing the ship to move faster than the alien calculations could track. The Intrepid rolled, twisted, and struck in unexpected directions, disabling weapons and communications arrays with surgical precision. One alien cruiser fired a massive energy beam directly at the human ship. The shield absorbed the impact, dispersing the energy in a controlled pulse. The Intrepid responded instantly, sending a targeted strike to the cruiser's engines. The ship slowed, drifted, and became an easy target for further disabling. From distant observation posts, aliens whispered, in awe, They are not just strong, one said. They think faster than any fleet I have known. They plan, adapt, and act with unmatched skill. How can one ship do so much? The humans did not celebrate or grow arrogant. Every crew member focused on the mission. Engineers adjusted damage systems in seconds. Pilots executed complex maneuvers with precision, and tactical officers predicted enemy movements before they happened. Keep pressure on the Xylar fleet, the captain said. Disrupt their formation and protect our position. The Intrepid darted through the alien lines like a phantom. Energy pulses struck weapons, shields, and engines, not to destroy completely, but to weaken and disable. Aliens were forced to retreat or lose ships, unable to recover from the humans' tactical superiority. Suddenly, a group of smaller alien fighters attempted a surprise attack from behind. The humans anticipated the move. Pilots redirected the ship, dodging the assault, while energy pulses disabled the attacking fighters mid-flight. The crew acted as one, each knowing exactly what to do without hesitation. Admirable, the captain said quietly, almost to herself. They underestimate us, and that is their mistake. Alien observers were frantic. Reports of humans' actions spread quickly across the galaxy. Humans, they are not just aggressive, one commander said. They are brilliant. Every move is calculated. They do not panic. They adapt. This is something we cannot ignore. The tide of the battle had truly turned. Alien fleets that had once pressed forward now faltered, retreating in confusion and fear. The Dravari and Xylar ships could no longer coordinate. Each human strike left gaps, disabled weapons, and caused the enemy to question every decision. Inside, the Intrepid, the captain surveyed the battlefield with satisfaction. They think they can overwhelm us with numbers, she said. But numbers do not matter when one side has courage, intellect, and unity. We will show them what humanity is capable of. For hours, the Intrepid moved strategically, striking at critical points and retreating when needed. Every disabled ship, every faltering formation added to the humans' advantage. Alien fleets began to separate in confusion, and morale dropped sharply. The humans' calm confidence was infectious even to their own crew, inspiring courage and determination that no alien species could match. By the end of the engagement, the battlefield was no longer a place of chaos controlled by aliens. Humans had rewritten the rules. One ship, one disciplined crew, had changed the course of the fight. Alien commanders were stunned, and distant observers could hardly believe what they had seen. The Intrepid hovered at the center of the battlefield, unscathed, triumphant, and ready. Humanity had shown that intellect, bravery, and teamwork could overcome impossible odds. The turning tide was clear. The humans were no longer a spectator. They were now the force that could control the outcome. And across the galaxy, whispers began. The humans have arrived. Watch them, learn from them, or face them. The battlefield had changed completely. The alien fleets, once confident and unshakable, now moved cautiously, their formations broken and morale low. The human warship Intrepid floated at the center, calm and poised, its crew alert and ready. The alien commanders were furious. They had never faced a single ship capable of so much. We cannot allow one human vessel to dictate the outcome, one Dravari admiral shouted. Prepare for the final assault. Overwhelm it at all costs. The humans detected the incoming attack immediately. Hundreds of alien ships moved to surround the Intrepid, a desperate attempt to crush the vessel before it could cause more damage. The intensity of the assault was unlike anything the crew had faced before. Lasers, plasma beams, and missile-like projectiles came from all directions. Inside the ship, the crew stayed composed. Shields at maximum, the captain commanded. Engineers monitor the energy flow. Pilots prepare for evasive maneuvers. Tactical team, anticipate every attack. We face a storm, but we are ready. The Intrepid moved like a dancer through the barrage. Every strike was avoided with precision. The human crew acted as one, each member performing their role perfectly. Engineers repaired minor damages instantly. Weapons officers targeted alien weak points with surgical accuracy. Pilots executed complex loops and twists that made them almost untouchable. Despite the overwhelming numbers, the humans did not panic. "We do not fear," the captain said quietly. "We adapt. We survive. We turn impossible odds into opportunity." The aliens pressed harder. Some ships attempted to ram the Intrepid. Others launched concentrated fire. But each attack only revealed weaknesses in the alien formation. The humans studied these gaps, exploiting them with careful strikes. One by one, alien engines failed, shield generators flickered, and weapon systems shut down. The Intrepid fired pulses of energy at precise targets, not to destroy completely, but to disable and confuse. The aliens' coordination broke down. Officers on alien ships shouted at each other, trying to restore control, but chaos had already spread. "Captain, their flagship is exposed," the tactical officer reported. "If we target it now, we can end their assault." The captain nodded. "Prepare the strike. Remember, timing is everything. Wait for the perfect moment." The Intrepid's crew executed the plan flawlessly. Energy beams disabled the flagship's engines and weapons, sending a shockwave of confusion through the alien fleet. Ships began drifting without direction, some colliding with others, while the rest retreated in fear. Across the battlefield, alien observers were stunned. "I've never seen anything like this," one whispered. "Humans are fearless, brilliant. They fight with a unity and courage unmatched in the galaxy. One ship, and yet they control the outcome of an entire fleet." Inside the Intrepid, the crew felt a surge of pride, but the captain kept them focused. "The battle is not over," she said. "We fight with purpose, not for glory. Remember that." As the humans pressed forward, a group of alien reinforcements arrived from a distant sector. They were faster, stronger, and heavily armed. This was the true test of the Intrepid and its crew. Hundreds of enemy ships now threatened to surround them completely. "Captain, we are heavily outnumbered," the tactical officer said. "They intend to crush us before we can strike again." The captain's eyes were steady. "Numbers do not matter. Courage, intelligence, and teamwork matter. Prepare for the most daring maneuver we've attempted. We adapt or we fail. That is the way of humans." The Intrepid twisted through the incoming fleet, narrowly avoiding concentrated attacks. Its weapons disabled key enemy ships, creating gaps for escape and counterattacks. The crew's determination inspired one another. Engineers repaired as they moved. Pilots performed daring roles. Tactical officers predicted enemy moves before they happened. At the critical moment, the captain ordered a final strike on the central alien formation. Energy pulses disabled multiple ships at once, splitting the enemy fleet in two. Confused, scattered, and leaderless, the alien forces began a disorganized retreat. Across the galaxy, observers watched in amazement. Humans, they are not just survivors. They are masters of strategy, courage, and adaptation. Their spirit is unmatched. The Intrepid remained at the center, unbroken and triumphant. The crew was exhausted, but united. Their teamwork, intelligence, and bravery had turned a desperate situation into a decisive victory. The captain looked at her crew. "This is what makes us human," she said. "We do not panic. We do not give up. We adapt, we fight, and we overcome. Let the galaxy remember." This day, the alien fleets, defeated and scattered, withdrew from the battlefield. Their assault had failed. The humans had passed the ultimate test of will. The Intrepid and its crew had shown that determination, courage, and clever strategy could overcome overwhelming odds. And as the stars stretched endlessly around them, the humans prepared for the next stage of their journey, knowing that the galaxy had begun to take notice. Humanity had proven its strength, resilience, and brilliance. The Intrepid was more than a ship. It was a symbol of what humans could achieve when they worked together and refused to be defeated. The storm of battle had ended for now, but the humans had left an indelible mark on the galaxy. The lesson was clear: underestimate humanity at your own peril. The battlefield had fallen silent. Alien fleets, once confident and organized, now retreated in confusion and fear. The human warship Intrepid floated at the center of the stars, unscathed and triumphant. The crew, though exhausted, remained alert, knowing that victory was not only about surviving the fight, it was about showing the galaxy what humanity could do. "Status report," the captain said, her voice calm and steady. "All enemy forces, retreating," the tactical officer replied. "The Dravari and Xylar fleets are in disarray. They have lost most of their command structure." The captain nodded. "Well done. Keep sensors active. We need to ensure they do not regroup unexpectedly." Across distant sectors, alien observers sent messages back to their home worlds. "Humans are remarkable," one reported. "They do not panic, do not rely on brute force, and yet they defeat fleets larger than themselves. Their intelligence and courage are unparalleled. Even among the victorious humans, there was no arrogance. They had achieved more than anyone expected, but the captain reminded them that humility and focus were as important as courage and strength. "This victory is not just ours," she said. "It is a reminder of what humans can achieve when we work together, think clearly, and refuse to be defeated." The Intrepid scanned the battlefield carefully. Disabled alien ships floated silently among the stars. The humans had minimized destruction where possible, focusing on disabling ships rather than destroying them completely. Every crew member understood the message. Humans could fight and humans could show mercy. "Captain," the communications officer said, "some alien commanders are attempting to send messages. They want to understand us, or perhaps negotiate." The captain considered this. "Open a channel, but cautiously. Let them see that humans act with intelligence and honor. We fight for survival, not for hatred." The channel opened, and alien voices filled the ship's communication system. They were hesitant, respectful, and filled with awe. "Your tactics, your courage, your discipline. We have underestimated humans. We wish to learn from this encounter." The captain replied, calmly. "Humanity fights with courage and intelligence. We do not seek conquest, but we will not be underestimated. Learn from this and you may survive future encounters." Across the galaxy, news of the humans' actions spread rapidly. Observers recorded the battle, studied the humans' movements, and shared reports with distant governments and fleets. For the first time, many species began to see humans not as weak, unimportant, or slow, but as a species to be respected and watched closely. Inside the Intrepid, the crew allowed themselves a moment of quiet pride. Engineers exchanged nods, pilots smiled briefly, and tactical officers relaxed slightly. They had faced overwhelming odds, yet they had emerged victorious. Their unity, intelligence, and courage had turned the tide of a battle that seemed impossible to win. "Humanity has earned its place in this galaxy," the captain said softly. "We have shown that we can face any challenge, adapt, and overcome. Let this be remembered." The Intrepid set a course for the next mission, leaving the battle behind but carrying the lessons learned. The humans had not only survived, they had proven that their species was capable of extraordinary feats. Their presence on the battlefield had changed the perception of humanity across the stars. Alien species, once dismissive of humans, now studied every aspect of their technology, strategy, and behavior. Some sought alliances, others reconsidered their plans for expansion, and many simply recorded the events in awe. One thing was clear: humans were no longer to be ignored. The crew of the Intrepid looked out at the stars, feeling the vastness of the galaxy around them. It was both humbling and inspiring. "We are small," the captain said, "yet we can make a difference. Our courage, our mind, and our unity are our greatest strengths. That is what makes humans exceptional." As the ship moved silently through space, distant observers continued to marvel. "One ship," one alien remarked. "One human ship, and yet it has changed the outcome of this war. Humans, we must never underestimate them again." And so, the Intrepid sailed onward, a symbol of human ingenuity, bravery, and determination. The galaxy had witnessed the strength of humanity, and its reputation had been forever altered. The humans had not only survived, they had earned respect, admiration, and recognition. For humanity, this was only the beginning. Across the stars, new challenges awaited, new battles, and new opportunities to prove themselves. But one truth had been established. Humans were a force to be reckoned with. And the stars, once quiet observers, now watched with astonishment as the human warship disappeared into the vastness of space, leaving behind a galaxy that would never forget the day humanity stepped boldly into the battlefield and emerged victorious.